It produces 563 horsepower, but get this, 575 pound-feet of torque, all at 1,500 RPMs. What that means is you get your power very quickly and it stays continuous. What it really means is 0 to 60 in 5.0 seconds. The Rolls-Royce Ghost is known as the baby Rolls, with the Phantom being the big boy Rolls. Now the difference in length between a standard length Ghost and the Phantom is about 16 inches. But this is the extended wheelbase Ghost, which adds 6.7 inches. So as you can tell, it's pretty massive and just barely fits in my garage. Now here's something I didn't know until Rolls-Royce informed me, and that's that the height of every Rolls-Royce ever made, okay, that's over 100 years of manufacturing. The height from the road to the top of the tires is exactly half the height of the total car. That gives you a very aesthetically pleasing, just balanced look. And as you can see, this thing is just a thing of beauty. Every Rolls-Royce sedan is really all about the back seat. While some owners may drive it, most are going to be driven. So if you do have a chauffeur drive you, it's nice to know that on those rainy days, it's going to be a nice umbrella in the door. Same on the passenger side. That's in case it is raining. When they open the door for you, they keep you nice and dry. And if the umbrella's wet, no worries. When you put it away, there are drains inside. So the extended wheelbase adds 6.7 inches, and all that space is right here in the back seat. So as you can see, this thing is extremely roomy. So if you're sitting back here, as you can see, this door opens about 90 degrees. It's kind of a hard stretch. You know, you're not going to expect me to actually get out and close that door, so I'm just going to push this button and just let the motor do the work. From the back seat of the extended wheelbase Ghost, you can do just about everything. As you can see, this iDrive is identical to the one in the front, so I can control everything that the driver can control from the back seat. You've got a nice big screen. You've also got a great little workspace here. Nice beautiful wood. You can even extend it, put your laptop or iPad in here. And of course you've got an ashtray. I would hope nobody would smoke in here. And the cup holders. And of course the seats are completely adjustable. They recline, they even massage. This is a great place to spend some time. You can certainly take a trip from LA to Vegas back here. Another signature of every Rolls-Royce is the emblem in the middle of the wheel. Notice it always stays vertical. That's because there are weights on the bottom to balance it out. So no matter what you're doing, no matter where you stop, you're always going to have the double R's, vertical. That's a nice touch. When you buy a Rolls-Royce, there's some things you just don't have to worry about. For example, the 16-speaker audio system, one of the best you can get in the industry. And of course, you're going to have a nice automatic trunk with plenty of room to take a nice long weekend if need be. Everything Rolls-Royce does is have such a nice touch. Notice this little cover. As I pull it towards me, these little holders just pop out. That way, when you put it away, they're concealed. I mean, there's just nice little touches, but you know, when you're spending this kind of money, you have high expectations. You know, every Rolls-Royce has a lot of heritage behind it, but the original company almost went away and was actually purchased by Volkswagen. And Volkswagen turned around and licensed the name and the spirit of ecstasy to BMW. So BMW started with almost nothing about 12 years ago, and here we are today, and they have a full lineup of cars. Now, one of the programs that Rolls-Royce offers is known as the Bespoke program. That lets you customize the car almost infinite ways. For example, this paint is known as red velvet. It's about a $9,000 option. So every Rolls-Royce is still handmade. No conveyor belts. They're just put on rollers. They go from basically one technician to another. And in order to get all this fine craftsmanship, they actually employed people from the yachting industry, which was going downhill in England. These are people that used to making multi-million-dollar yachts are now making these multi-$100,000 cars with fine wood and leather. So when I first got behind the wheel of the Ghost, I was expecting a very smooth, comfortable ride, and of course it delivered. I actually picked up a young couple and took them to their wedding reception. What I didn't expect was just how much power this car had. In fact, there's not even a tack on this on the instrument panel. Instead, you have a power reserve gauge. So right now we're at a complete stop, and it's at 100% as it should be. So the more I accelerate, the more that gauge goes down. I'm going to give you a demonstration of the power that this car has. There you go, we're already at 60 miles an hour. Now, as powerful as this car is, what's nice is it's actually getting 13 miles to the gallon in the city, 20 on the highway. Now, if you're spending this kind of money, you shouldn't even have to ask what kind of fuel economy, but it's nice to know. And a lot of that is thanks to an 8-speed ZF transmission that really helps lower the RPMs, you know, when you're cruising at 60, 70 miles an hour. But I can tell you, this thing will do every bit of 120. The other thing that surprised me about this car, which weighs almost 5,500 pounds, that's a heavy car, is just how agile and athletic it is. It actually steers nicely, it feels very connected. It's more of a driver's car than you would think, even though, like I said, most owners are probably going to be sitting in the back, especially on the extended wheelbase version. So you may wonder, what kind of person spends $300,000 to $350,000 on a